Yes, good evening, students. Today's class we will go for files and how to handle with the files. File and so first I will tell you file and we will go over what is the advantage of file. File is nothing but it is a collection of records. Collection of records. And you may ask why we are using files. These files generally we are using to maintain the data permanently. To maintain the data permanently. So here I will tell you one problem with the programs what did we learn in the last classes and how can we solve that problems using files we will see. So here I will go for one simple program. What is this? I want to take the data from the end user. Listen here. So here I am taking X value. This is integer type. Input, enter. For example, X is nothing but roll number of a student. Roll number of a student. And I am asking roll number. Yes, end user will give the data. Next, what can I do? I am asking the student name. So student name belonging to input string type. So enter name I am asking. Next, contact number I am taking. This contact number belonging to integer type. So int of input, enter contact number I am asking. So like this, I have taken three details from the end users. Of how many students? Only one student detail. So here this rule number is student rule number, student name, and student contact number. These three data I have taken of only one student. Okay, but what is my job? I want to maintain more than two students data. So here I am going to take a list. Previously, how did I maintain the student data? Using a list. Initially, it is empty list and I am going to take three student details. Observe here for I in range and I am going to take three student details and these details are these three things. These three things I am taking. Next, once I collect the data, I am going to write this information to the list. How can I add? L dot append and these three details I am giving like a list. So while I am teaching nested list, I said how this is maintaining the students information. So I am writing one entire list to this one. And what are the details I am giving? Student roll number, comma, student name, comma, student contact number. Student contact number. Like that, I have taken the data. Next, after completion of this, I am going to print L. So now I am running this program. When I run this program, it is asking me how many students like this. It will ask three student details. It will ask enter roll number. 111 is roll number. Name of the student is, for example, Hyderabad. Next, contact number, all ones I am taking. Next, second student roll number 112. This is Warangal. Next, contact number, all nines I am taking. Next, third student details 113. Name of the student is Karimnagar. And contact number is all eights. Three details I have given and this data is copies to this list and I can see these three student details. Yes, I can see these details right now. Next, this program execution is completed. Next, what happened? Unfortunately, this application has closed. Okay, I have closed this one. Yes, do you want to save this program? No. So this is closed, unfortunately. Next, what I am doing? I am going to open the program what I have implemented. So how many details earlier I have given? 3 student details I have given. In which variable I have stored? L variable I have stored. Now I am going to print what is L. Can I see the details? No. Why? Because what is the data you have given input to this program? Is it stored the data permanently? No. Once program execution is completed, or if you close your application, immediately what is the data you have given input? Everything is erased. But as a good programmer, what is the data you have given to your system? Are you want to store the data temporarily? No. We want to store the data permanently into my system. Then how can you store the data permanently? Using this files concept. Okay, files. What is file? File is a collection of records. Then why we are using these files? Because of to maintain the inputted data permanently in your system, then we have to go for the files concept. I hope it is clear to you. Okay, maintain data permanently. Okay, now how can I create a file? So are you creating a file using user interfaces? No. I want to write a programming. Using that programming, I need to create a file and I want to write content to the file. Okay. So coming to the files, we can see two different type of files. First one, types of files. First one, text file. Text file means this file maintain all the text. Means it can contain numeric values also, but it consider the data which you have given to your file as a text type. Second one, binary files. Binary files means you are giving the binary type of data. So here, what are the types are, what are the data comes under the binary type? Means either it may be images, or if you want to store any audio file, this is binary data, or if you want to store any video files, this is comes under the binary files. Text files is nothing but which contain only text. But when you go for binary files, these are the different type of binary files were available. So in our course, we are learning how to work with the text files. So before going to learn about these files, let us go for what are the common operations we can perform on a file that we need to learn. Next, we will go for doing that same thing using the programming language. So here, for example, I will go for user interface. So you want to maintain, for example, you are the person organizing one games, like cricket game you are organizing, or any shuttle games or kabaddi games you are organizing. Then what is your primary job first? So in your college, you are performing one, you are maintaining players details of your organization. So what will you do first in your computer? You need to create a file. So to create, first you need to maintain the data using the file. But do you have any files of cricket match at this place? No one is available. Then what can I do? First one, I need to create a file. So how can I create a file? Just you will right click it here. It will show the list of options. Among that, you will click on this one and you are going to take one text file. So text document I am creating. So what is the first thing you did? Creating a file. Okay. So what are the general operations we are performing? What are the file operations? File operations. First file operation is creating a new file. Create a new file. Second one. Yes, you have created a file at this place. You have created. After creating, what will you do? You need to maintain the data. So to maintain the data, what will you do? Can you write a content to the file without opening this one? No. So what is my job? First, I need to write the data. Who are the players available in your organization? That student details you need to write into this file. Then what will you do? You need to open this file. Why did you open this file? To write content to this one. So what is the second one? We are opening a file. Why I am opening this file? To write data. To write data means I am opening a file to write. Yes. What will you do? Just you will write information like student roll number is 111. Next name is Raju. Next his contact number is all nines. He is belonging to CSC department and he's like this you will maintain. He is second year student. Like that you will maintain. Next second student details you will write 112. Next Ramu. Next all eights. Next ECE department student. He is belonging to third year. Like that you will maintain the data. Yes, this is write up is completed. Next, after writing this content, will you open the document as it is? No. We need to save this file. And after that, I need to close this file. I never open the document like this. Once the write-up is completed, I will close this file. Okay. Observe here carefully. While I am closing this content, asking me to save the content or not. Yes. So while closing, is it asking me to save or not? Yes. So I have to save the content also. So remember this thing. Here, I have opened the file and written the data. Once content write-up is completed, we are going to perform one operation. So third one, I will write another thing. So I am closing a file. Close a file. If it is closed, then only your content will be saved. I will show this one. Next one. I have closed this data. Next, next day, your faculty will come. How many players details you have collected? Like that, he will ask. Then what will you do? By seeing this file, can you tell whose players records is information inside it? We never tell. Then what can I do? Again, I need to open this file. For what purpose you are opening? To read the content. What is the content available inside that? So what can I do? I will double click on this. It will open. And what is the content you have given earlier that has saved it here? You will start off reading. So what is the another thing you are doing? You are opening a file. Why you are opening the file? To read the data. Yes, these are the four operations: creating a new file, opening a file, why we are opening to write the data, and why you are opening to read the content. Next, I have closed the file. Yes, this after reading, you have closed the file. Yes, this is completed. Next, your games or everything is completed. Okay, next, do you need to maintain this file again? No. So games is completed, price distribution is completed, everything is completed. And you never use this data in your future. At that time, will you keep the documents in your computer? We never maintain. Then what can I do? I am going to delete this file. So just I will click on this one using user interface. Just you will right click on this one. Next, you will click on delete. That data is deleted. So similarly, after maintaining this all the information, I don't want to maintain this file in my future. Okay, no one asked me related to this content. Then what can I do? Can I keep the document as it is? No. I want to delete the file. I want to delete the file from my system memory. Next process, right? So I have created a file like this. I have created a file. So what I did, what is the default name it appear? New text document 4 is appeared. I have changed this one to XYZ. Next, my higher authority said that, where is our file? XYZ. This is appear at this place. Yes, XYZ I have given, but my higher authority said me to change this file name from XYZ to any other name like cricket players details. Then what can I do? I will perform rename operation. So cricket players info I have changed. What is the another operation you did? You have renamed the file. I hope rename the file. So this file name is renamed. So what is the another operation, file operation you are performing? Rename the file. Okay. So these are the different operations we are performing on files. Okay, whatever the thing I said, that everything I have done using the user interface. Now I want to do this everything using the programming. Which programming? Python programming. Okay, so now we have to go through this all one after other. So first one, what can I do? I have to create a file, or I have to open a file. These two things, here also opening, here also opening. Okay, so let us know how can I do this one. The first file handling function in Python program is open function. Which one? Open function. Why we are using this open function? This open function we are using either for create a file or open an existing file. Existing file. Why I am using this one? Open function. We are using either for creating a new file or opening an existing file. Now, using this single function, we are going to do these three things. So how can I separate these all? We need to learn. So to understand that everything in detail, we have to go for syntax of this one. I am writing the syntax of this open function. First, I need to write open function. Okay. Next, I am going to give the arguments. So generally, it is expecting two arguments. First one, file name dot extension. So you need to give this one in the string format. String format is nothing but this everything I need to enclose in the double quote, and you have to give the proper extension, and you need to write the file name. Second one, second argument is mode. What does this mode conveys? This mode conveys that either we are opening this for this open function for creating a new file or opening an existing file. Okay. And while opening, are you opening for read purpose or write purpose? That everything can be conveyed by using mode. So we have separate notations we have. Uh, Only we have to use that notations at this place. Based on this mode, this open function behavior can be changes. Behavior is nothing but either for create or for open. So if this function works fine, then it is going to return the file descriptor. You may call this one as a file object, or you may call this one as a file descriptor. This one will be work. So coming to here, this is the thing will be given by the open function, and file name we will give. But do you know what are the different type of modes present in this? No. Now let us go for what are the different type of modes are there. So I am going to list out the modes. Just you remember this all. First one is the X mode. Okay, what can I do? At this place, I need to give X as a input. Again, you have to give the same thing in the string format only. X. Why we are using this X? This X mode is using for create a new file. Create a new file. Okay. Now we will check whether it is creating a new file or not. Next, here you have to observe two things carefully. Okay. If you want to create a new file, what will you do? You have to give any file name. So I will show you one example. So here, open function I am writing. I want to create a file. That file name is abc.txt and followed by comma. And which mode I am going to give? Right now, I am giving X mode. Okay. What does this X mode do? It want to create a new file. This is abc.txt. Okay. Now you observe carefully at this place. What is the file name you are giving? If it does not exist, okay, you have given a file name. If the file name already does not exist, then what happened? It will create a file. Okay. But if unfortunately, the file name you are giving, if it is already existed, then it will give an exception. I'm not saying that it is an error. It will return an exception. Okay. So if a file exists, it rise exception. Which exception it will rise? File exist error will be written. Now we need to observe this mode. First we are learning this mode. So here what can I do? First I am creating one folder at this place. So this folder name is files. Right. In this I am going to write one program. Which program I will write? One simple file program I will write, and we'll check whether it will create or not. Next I am opening Tony. What can I do? First, which function I need to use? File pointer I am taking. Open function abc.txt, comma, X I am writing. Next, simply I am printing one message. File created successfully. This is the simple message I am writing. Now what can I do? I am going to save this file in this folder. I am not creating, just I am saving this program at this location. How can I save? File, save, and in which folder it is available? On desktop. Under files folder, I am writing test.py. Yes. Can you see? Unfortunately, I have given text. So text.py function is available. Now what I am doing? I am going to run this program. When I run, what do you observe? This a.txt file will be appear at this place. Now you observe here carefully. When I am running this one, yes, you can see file created successfully. Can you see the file at this place? Yes, this place a file has created. Next, what can I do? I am going to execute the same program one more time. So to know this one, just I am including second. The second is nothing but second time I am executing the same program. When I am executing this same program one more time, is this abc.txt file is already available or not? Yes. So when it is available and when you try to this program, can you tell what you are expecting? It will give an exception. Observe here carefully because abc.txt is already available. When I run this code, can you see error like file exist error? File exist error. Which file is already existed? abc.txt. Sir, why it is not given error previously? Now it is giving error. Why, sir? Because previous case abc.txt not available, but right now abc.txt is available. Is that clear? Yes. Next, how can I handle when such kind of problem is available? In the last class, I said how to handle exceptions. Which exception I need to handle? File exist error I need to handle. So first one, how can I write? So try, inside this try, I am going to write these two statements. How can I handle this one? Using except. Which exception it has raised? File exist error. File exist error this has generated. Next, when your file you are giving, if it is already existed, then simply I am going to convey that the given file name already existed, like that I am saying. Next, simply I am going to convey task has completed. Why I am writing this one? To convey whether this program has reached the end of the program or not. Means remaining part of program executing without error or not. Now I am doing this program. Yes, what it conveys? The given file name is already exists. Task has completed. So is this stopping the program execution? No, which continues the program execution. Please wait for a minute. Next one. So next mode is clear. Next mode, we will go for another thing. Second one, open a file for writing the content. Writing the content. So now I have created a file. Which file it has created? A.txt I have created. So once file is created, we will start off writing content to the file. Okay. So how can I write? Observe here carefully. To write to write content, initially I need to open a file. So how can I open a file? To open a file, I need to give a new mode. What is that mode? W mode. W mode is nothing but write mode. Okay. Next one, A mode. A mode is nothing but append mode. Okay. These are the two different modes are available. These two modes are for writing the content only. But what is the difference these two has? So I will tell you one simple example for better understanding. So if you go for a W mode, what happens? So if the while opening a file, okay, in W mode, then how do you write? Open, file name is abc.txt, and which mode you are giving? W mode. If everything is fine, it will give file pointer or file descriptor, it will give, right? So if the mode is W mode, now again you need to observe here carefully. First one, what is this? If a file does not exist, if file does not exist, can you expect what happens? You want to write content to the file, but the file does not available. Can you tell what happens? Can you tell what happens? I will tell you. If file does not exist, it creates a new file. It creates a new file. And what happens? Opens in which mode? Write mode. Observe this one carefully. Next one. But always the file you have given, it may not be exist. No, this file is available. If a file available means if a file exists, then if file exists, which mode you are using? Write mode. The file open. Next, old content erase. Content erase. And the new writing content. New content is added to the file. Okay. So if you open a file in write mode, if a file does not exist, there is no problem. Then what happens? Simply it create a new file and open the file in write mode. I am not writing, just it will open for writing purpose. Next, if the file is already exist, what happened? It will open the existing file. If the content is already available, that everything will be erased and new content will add from the beginning of the file. Okay. Now we will observe these things one by one. So first what we need to do, we have to test this one which is not existed earlier. So this is the folder and I am writing the program. So coming to here, I am giving one new file name as def.txt. And which mode you want to open? W mode I want to open. Are you clear? W mode. So what does it do? So I don't know whether this file is available or not. But as of now, when you observe this folder, this def.txt is not available. Just I am conveying something that file open successfully in write mode. This message I am writing. Next, do I need to maintain this exception? No, if file does not available, what it does? It will create a new file. So will you get any chance of exception? We never get any exception. If file is available, it will open the file. If a file does not available, then it will create a file. But previous case, if file already exists, it has given error. Now I am going to run. Then file open successfully in write mode. Is it created def.txt? Yes, it has created. Did you observe when file does not exist, what happened? Yes. Next, what is the another thing I need to test? I have to open a file which is already existed. Now what can I do? Just I am going to change this one to ABC. And what is the message I am writing? Old file. Just I am writing this message to know whether this code, which is expected output, which is the output you are getting, is it updated or not. To test that one, just I have added this content. When I run this one, what happened? Old file means updated content or not. Yes. So did you get any error? No. But what happens? This abc.txt file has created. Are you clear? Right. Sorry, it is not created. This was already existing file. So it was opened. Now what can I do? Now you understand how to open a file. So one is in write mode. Next, same thing you can do by using the append mode. Okay. So what does this append do? Append is also for writing the content. Append is also for writing the content only. Now, when you open the file in append mode, observe here carefully. Second one, I want to open a file in append mode. If a file exists, what happens? Append mode, if a file does not exist, what happens? Let us observe. So if a file does not exist, what write mode done? It has created a new file. Similarly, append mode also do same thing. Okay, it create a new file, and what it does? It open in which mode? Append mode. Open in append mode. Now we will do if a file exists. Then what happened? Is it create new file? No. It opens exist file. What is the file name you have given, which is already existed, so that that file is open. But what do you get the difference in write mode and append mode? Means if it is append mode, old content is as it is available and new content will add at the end of the file. Okay. So old content is available and new content add at the end of the file. Are you clear? So what does write mode do? It erases the old content and new content add at the beginning of the text file. But when you open this one in append mode, what happens? Old content is available as it is and new content is add at the end of the text file. But what it does? Erase the old one. This is the two things you observe when you open something in write mode and other in append mode. Now we will observe these two things. First, we will test this append mode. Next, we will go for writing content. So here, we will go for the folder. Right, I am going to delete the files which already I have created here. Right. So what can I do? Now I am going to open a file and that file does not exist. So DEF. In which mode you want to open a file? In append mode, I want to open a file. Then can you tell me what you are expecting? Is it create a file or return exception? It will create a file. Okay. So to know that one, append mode I am writing. So when I run this one, what did you observe? This is append mode program. So okay, did you observe def.txt file has created or not? Yes. Next, what can I do? I want to test abc.txt. Means I am opening abc.txt in which mode? Append mode. Is this file already available? Yes, it is already available at this location. So can I get any exception? I won't get any exception. So append old file, just I am writing. When I run this one, can you see updated output? Yes. So did I get any exception? I did not get any exception while opening a file in write mode. Is that clear? Yes. Next, what is my job? I need to test whether how to write the content to the file, and we will observe whether old content is erasing or not. So that we will go for this writing. So writing content to the file. Writing content to the file. How can I write? So to write the content to the file, we will use one method, that is write method. Which method? Write method. This write method is for writing content to the file. Now we will see the syntax of this one. How can I write this file? Okay. So here, what happens when open function works fine? It will give file pointer or not? Yes, that file pointer dot write method. I will write write method followed by what is the content you want to write, that you have to write in this place. So what can I write? This is my first line. This is the simple message I am writing to my file. Next, I will write this line and will test whether content is added or not. So here, what can I do? First, I will write everything from begin again, because we need to observe this one carefully. So I am deleting these two files right now. Manually, I have deleted. Now, first, what can I do? I want to create a file, FP. Next, how can I create a file? Open function. For what purpose you are opening? To write content to the file. So to write content to the file, do you need to write a separate X mode? No, because W mode, if file does not exist, it is creating a file. Separately, I do not need one X mode. Directly, I am going for, so abc.txt file name I am writing, and which mode I am opening? W mode. Okay. So is this abc.txt is already available? It is not available. Now, what do you observe? This is going to create a file. Once it is created a file, what is your main job? I need to write content to the file. So which method I need to use? Write method. This write method is for writing. How do you write? This is the example you will write. So here, observe here, what is the file pointer object? This FP. FP dot write method I am writing. So hi, this is my first line I am writing. Okay. Next, after writing this one, simply I am writing one message that the content is added to file successfully. This line I have written. Next, I am going to run this program. Now you have to observe two things carefully. So here, when I run this one, abc.txt is not available, it will create. Next, it will write the content. So when I run this one, so can you see the content is added to the file successfully? Yes. Did you observe abc.txt is created? Yes. Now you observe one thing. When I open this one, what is the content you want to see? Hi, this is the first line you should see in this file. Now you observe whether it has added or not. When I open this one, can you see the content? you cannot see. Why you can't see? I have written this method successfully and my program also printed the content is added. But why can't I see this one? Because your program file is open, you have written, but you did not save that. Are you clear? So here I will show this one manually at this place. Here I have created a file. Normally I have created one text file. Next I have opened this one for writing. I have written like this. Okay, just I have written. Virtually you have written using the program. But you observe this one carefully. When this one will be saved? If you save this one manually, it will save. Otherwise, it is asking me, while closing this one, it is asking me, are you want to save? When I close this one, it is asking me, are you want to save? If I do not close, is it copies permanently? It never copy. Means you are closing, but you did not save. When I open this one, can I see the content? It is not available because this content never write to the file. When it will write, if you close the file, it will write. So what is the another thing I need to write at this one? I need to write another line. That line is for closing the file. When you close the file, then file content will be added. So what is my next job? Did I write here the fourth step, that is closing a file or not? This closing a file. So here itself I am writing the syntax of closing a file. So to close a file, you have to use the file pointer. Which file you want to be closed, that file pointer you need to write, followed by close method you need to write. When you write like this, then only content save. Content is nothing but the text you have written to the file will be saved. Otherwise, it never saved. Now what I am doing, before printing this line, which file I have opened, that is present in FP file pointer. Next, I am going to write the close method. Next, when I run this one, what can you observe? The content is added successfully. And when I run this one, when I open this one, can you see the message what I have written? Yes, this has saved. Next, is it once program write-up is completed, is this content delete? No, this is going to store your data permanently. Next, I have closed this one. Next, what I am doing? I want to write the second line. So what can I do? This is my second line I am writing. In which mode I am opening this file? Write mode. And I am going to run. Can you tell what happens? I am going to open abc.txt file in write mode. Is this file is available? Yes, it is available. Is this file contain content? Yes, this is content is also available. Next, when I run this program, what do you observe? What did I write? When you use open function in write mode, if a file exists, that open the file, old content is erased and new content add at the beginning of the text file. Now when I run this one, the previous content is erased and new content is added. Observe this one carefully. When I run this one, the content is added to the file which is printed successfully. And when I open this one, what do you see? This is second line, you can see. Previous content is erased. Now I am going to test this one more time. I am writing the third line. This is my third line and I am running this program. What is the content you can see inside this? I am the third line, you can see. But can you see I am the first line, I am the second line? No, because you have opened this file in write mode. Okay. Next one. We need to observe another thing using append. What does this append do? What does this append do? Append is also for writing the content. But what is the thing you should observe? If the file does not exist, it will create the file as it is to the write mode. But if file exists, it will open old content is available, along with the new content is add at the end of the text file. Now you need to observe this one. So here what can I do? I am going to remove this file again. So which mode I need to write? A mode I need to write. A is nothing but append mode. So is this abc.txt available at this place? It is not available. What can I do? I am going to write my first line. Next, what I am doing? I am going to run this file. Okay. When I run this file, what do you observe? Content is added successfully. And can you see abc.txt is created? Yes. When I open this one, I can see I am the first line. Next, what can I do? I am going to change this content. Second line. When I write second line, and while I am executing this program, is this content errors? No. Why it never errors? Because it is append mode. Now you observe this one carefully. When I run this one, yes, this content is added to the file successfully. Now I am going to open this file. What do you observe? Hi, this is my first line. Hi, this is my second line. Did you observe this line is added follow to this content? Yes. Again, you need to raise question, sir, I don't want to add this one, continue to this one. I want to see this content in the next line. Then what will you do? Very simple thing. Manually, you need to write the new line at this place. Okay. So here, just I am writing, this is my third line I am writing. Now when I run, yes, this is executed successfully. And I am going to open this one. Next, what do you observe? This is going to be print in the next line. So is it clear? Hi, this is my third line. So did you observe how to write content to the file? So how to create a file? So we will use same open method. Next, what are the arguments it is expecting open method? Two arguments, file name followed by mode. And which modes we learn? X mode. X is for creating a new file. If a file is exist, it will raise exception. If a file does not exist, it will create a file for X mode. Next one, once a file is created, we need to write the content. How many ways we can, how many modes we have? Two modes, write mode, append mode. Why we are using these two? These two are for writing the content only. But what is the difference you observe? Write mode will erase the old content, but append mode never erase the old content. Okay. How do you write content to the file? Using the write method. Write method, which message you need to write, that you need to write. Okay. So tomorrow's class, we will go for how to read the content from the file. And we will write one student database. We will maintain some students information and how many ways we can read the content from the file, that we need to learn in the coming class. Okay. Right, guys, we'll meet you tomorrow.